student, may I ask Miss Barizo to lead us in prayer? Thank you, Miss Barizo. So, good afternoon, class. How's your day?
Good afternoon,
Very good po. Alright, it's nice to hear that you're doing good. So, Miss Secretary, who is absent for today?
No one is absent this afternoon, ma'am.
Alright, very good. So, let's proceed to our assignment. Yesterday, I gave you an assignment. Please pass it forward. Okay, thank you. So, let's have a short recap from yesterday's lesson. Let's have a short recap from yesterday's lesson. So, what was our lesson yesterday?
Ma'am,
Yes, Miss Dani.
our lesson yesterday was what is noun or noun.
Very good. So, next question. Can you explain what is noun? Yes, Mr. Yang.
A noun is a place, a name, an idea, and etc.
Alright, very good. The last question. Provide at least one example of a noun used in a sentence. Yes, Mr. Yang.
My name is Ken.
Very good. Alright, so before we start our proper discussion today, let's have a short game. So our game is titled Complete Me. The mechanics of this game is that you will be divided into two groups, and each group will receive 15 pieces of paper with random words. Work together to arrange the words into a complete grammatically correct sentence. And once your group has finished, raise your hand and we will review the sentences together after 1 minute. So this is the words that you need to complete. So this is the group 1 and this is the group 2. So I'll give you 3 minutes to complete the sentence. The time starts now. So, are you done?
Yes!
Very good. Alright, so everybody got the correct answer. So, students, you have fun?
Yes, teacher!
Alright, so allow me to introduce your next teacher, Teacher Pearly Aladad. Thank you, Teacher Joemila. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Teacher Pearly. So for your activity, please get a 1/2 crosswise sheet of paper.
Ma'am, 1/2 crosswise, ma'am.
Yes po. So may I request Miss Dani to please read our instruction?
Instruction. In a 1/2 sheet of paper, you will write green flag if the given conversation is formal and write red flag if it is informal.
Thank you, Miss Dani. So in your 1/2 crosswise sheet of paper, you will write formal. You will write green flag if the conversation is formal and red flag if it is informal. You will be given 5 minutes to answer this activity. Are you done, class?
Yes, teacher!
Okay, so what's answer number 1? Yes, Miss Dani.
Number 1 po, it is essential to adhere to the guidelines established for project submission. The answer po is green flag
Why?
because it uses precise language and a more complex sentence structure po, and the sentence has no construction.
Okay, very good. So, what's answer number 2? Yes, Mr. Ga?
Hey, could you just send me those notes whenever you got a sec? And my answer is red flag.
Why it is red flag?
I think because of the tone of the sentence If it sounded like something I'd say to a friend, I mark it as informal po.
Okay, thank you. So are you correct? Grade drop class, may I call on Mr. Polido?
Hello class, I am teacher Nygyl, and based on our activity earlier, what did you observe? Yes, Miss Dani?
I observed po that formal sentences sound more professional while the informal one sounds casual and friendly po.
Very good observation, Miss Dani. So based on your answers, how did you come up with the sentence informal or informal? Yes, Miss Yap?
I looked at the words used. Formal sentences had polite language and sounded serious, while informal ones had more casual words and sometimes slang.
Wow, very good, Mr. Yap. Very good answer and observation, class. So, what do you think is our lesson for today? Yes, Miss. What's your name again? Okay, Miss Shane.
I think the lesson is about understanding the difference between formal and informal language, so we know when to use each style.
Very good, Miss Barnizo. So now, before we dive into our main topic, let's first read the objectives. So here is our learning objectives for our lesson. So who would like? Yes, Mr. Yap, can you read the
Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to define the fun communicative styles, intimate, casual, conversational, consultative, and prosaic. B. Practice communicating in each style through role playing and adjusting voice tone to match the communicative style. And lastly, we recognize the emotional impact that different creative styles have on interpersonal relationships and communication effectiveness.
Thank you for reading, Mr. Yap. So to formally open our lesson for today, let's welcome Teacher Myka.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Did you class have fun earlier with the activities given to you?
Yes,
That's great. So, before we dig up to our proper discussion, with this word, communicative styles, have you ever encountered these words back then or before?
Not yet.
Okay, so don't worry guys, we will going to discuss this alongside with the five styles that we were going to tackle today. Miss Pearly, can you read the text here?
Communicative style refers to the different ways to communicate with others depending on the situation, relationship, and purpose of the conversation. This includes adjusting or language, tone, body language, and level of formality based on the text. It describes a person's approach to communication and has specific circumstances.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Bernice. So, in this explanation, in short, communicative styles are how we change our style on communicating with others, depending on who we are with, on where we are, and why we are talking. So, I will give you an example. For example, you are talking to me. I am your teacher. So, you use formal tone or voice or language to communicate with me because I am your teacher. Is that right? That's right. So, when we say you communicate with your classmates or friends, you use casual voice intimacy. So in this first communicative style, it is with someone who we are close with. So for example, in our house, your mother and father, when we talk with them, for example, your mama and papa or your mommy and daddy, they use endearments such as honey, dear, just like that. So I have here an example. So it is a situation in the house. So I will read it. So husband, your father will say, "Hon, have you seen my red cup?" So your mother or his wife will say, "I think it is in the closet." So the husband will reply again, "Thanks, hon, I'll check it." So the wife or your mother will say, "Thank you, okay, hon." So in this example, we can say that they have a strong relationship with each other, which is husband and wife, and they use endearments to emphasize the relationship or the closeness of relationship. So are we clear with this?
Yes,
That's alright. So the next one is casual. So the casual communicative style is commonly used between friends, peers, colleagues, or family members. So this style is characterized by a relaxed and light-hearted tone. So when we say casual communicative style, it is with friends, peers, colleagues, and family members. When we compare it to the first one, which is the intimate, the casual style is since the intimate is in the family or it is based on how we communicate with others with strong relationship. This communicative style, which is the casual, it is for the between friends, colleagues, that you use relaxed and light-hearted tone. So I will give there's an example here. So the classmate one, when you communicate like, "Hey, what's up? You seem really busy." So your classmate, your other classmate will say, "Yeah, I have finished something." So it will reply again, "Oh, I see. Wanna grab a milk tea at the canteen?" And the classmate will reply, "Sounds fun. Wish I could, but I need to do this ASAP." So the classmate one will reply to end the conversation as, "All right, catch up when you're done." So in this example, they use light-hearted and relaxed tone. So in this example, they use "Hey, what's up?" like that. It is very casual, right? And also they use the acronym ASAP, which some medicine to control the diarrhea. So in this example, it shows the professionalism in the work or in the patient. So they use information to tell the patient what is going on with his or her stomach. So they use two-way communication, which is the center is the patient and the receiver is the doctor, which is the Dr. Garcia. So are we clear with this third communicative styles?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next one is formal. So the formal communicative style is often straightforward and typically does not require listeners participation. So this style is used in settings where there are one-way communication, such as in speeches, school lessons, graduation ceremonies, television, newscasts, announcements, and many more. So from the previous communicative style, which is consultative, it used two-way communication, while in this formal communicative style, it is straightforward and typically and the setting is one-way communication. So there is no need to rely on this kind of Miss Shane would like for our activity.
Thank you, Mr. Myka. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Did you learn something for today?
Yes.
So now we will have an activity. So for the instruction, you will be divided into 5 groups. Each group will represent one of the 5 communicative styles. So what are those 5 communicative styles?
So the 5 communicative styles are intimate, casual, formal, consultative, and frozen po.
Very good. So after that, each group will create a 2-minute scenario or conversation based on their assigned communicative style. Ensure the dialogue reflects how people communicate using that style. So you have 5 minutes to prepare for your role play. Your performance will be scored according to the rubrics that I've provided. So here are our rubrics. So for the accuracy of communicative style, we have 5 points. Clarity of dialogue and delivery, 5 points. Creativity and engagement, 5 points. Teamwork and participation, 5 points. For the total of 20 points. So the title of our activity today is Lights, Camera, Action. So the group 1 will be the intimate, group 2 will be the casual, group 3 the conversational, group 4 the consultative, and the lastly group 5 will be the frozen. Thank you everyone for your participation. You all did a great job. So may I call on again Mr. Romyca and Dani.
So hello once again, class. So since we are done with our discussion, so from our discussion earlier with the 5 or with the communicative styles and in each 5 kinds of communicative style, which communicative styles are you most what we call this comfortable to use with? Anyone? Oh yes, Miss Pearly.
I am most comfortable using the casual style because it's easy and feels natural in everyday conversations with friends.
Thank you, Miss Pearly. That's a good point. It is for you. It is very comfortable with using casual because we all know that we are always with our friends, our colleagues, and with our cousins and so that. So can you share a situation, Miss Pearly, where you use that style you
In talking to my friends to mom.
Oh, very good. That's it. When you talk with your friends or you just use conversation or tone which is casual. You just change conversation in a casual way. So why is it important to understand different communicative styles, class? Again, why is it important? So why is it important to understand these different communicative styles? Yes, Miss Jones.
It's important because using the right style helps us communicate clearly and appropriately in different situations, like being formal in a professional setting.
And since we've already covered our topic today, let's see how much you learned today's discussion. So it's quiz time. So for the instructions, read the situations below for each one and choose the correct community style from the box. So are we now clear with our instructions?
Yes!
Alright. Now, who got the perfect score?
Me!
9, 8,
Me!
7.
Me!
If you get everything correct, well done. And if not, it's okay. This was just help us understand where we might need to more review. So for our agreement, here's the instructions. Choose a scene like a peaceful walk in the park, a lively conversation, or an adventurous journey. Write a short story, at least 150 words, using adverbs to make your descriptions more interesting and show how characters feel and act. Write it in a short bond paper and this will be due tomorrow. So our assignment will be passed tomorrow. Our real class. Are we now clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So, and that concludes our discussion this afternoon, and I hope you learned something and you will integrate it in your heart and mind. Thank you and goodbye.